What's your name? 1.5. All right, what's going on, guys? Welcome back to the podcast. It's fresh off the rebrand. It's fresh off the rebrand. Sports Junkies Podcast is now. Everything else is in the past. It's exciting to get back. It's exciting to get back to this. We haven't recorded nearly 2 weeks. 2 weeks is going to be Sunday, and we're recording this on Saturday, if you're wondering. So, new upload schedule. Things will be more consistent. Things will be uploaded typically early in the morning instead of like 3 a.m. or 12 a.m. now. So everything's just going to be a lot fresher, smoother. Excited to get that going, and excited about the future of the Sports Junkies Podcast. We're going to be having some people on here, some guests, some interviews. And then, we still got JT in here. So
let's go, man. Hey, shout out to Pecos Eric with the new album drop, boy. Look, no, baby, don't love me like that. Let's go. What? Don't love me like that. It feels good to be back. We got a business going, baby. Welcome to the Sports Junkies Podcast Show 1, baby. It feels good to be back. I hope y'all energetic. I hope y'all ready. Let's go.
All right, so you sent me some topics to talk about. We had the All-Star teams, the All-Star lineups.
The All-Star lineups.
It's gonna be pretty interesting.
A lot of people like in and outside the NBA have been disappointed about this, but I personally, honestly, have not been disappointed by this at all. So it originally was Kevin Durant, Giannis, Bradley Beal, Joel Embiid, and Kyrie Irving. That's your East that's starting. And then your reserves was Jason Tatum, Jaylen Brown, James Harden, Zach LaVine, Julius Randle, Ben Simmons, Nikola, and then at the Western Conference, you had LeBron, of course, Stephen Curry, Luka, Nikola, Kawhi, AD, who's also been replaced now, Paul George, Rudy Gobert, Damian, Donovan, Chris Paul, Zion Williamson, and Devin Booker just got put in due to AD being out. Now, one thing that is very confusing is people are saying things like Trae Young deserves to be an all-star. Who else? Who else did they name? I think they named Trae Young. Devin Booker was named. Sabonis. He's in there now. Yep. Ja deserves. But I'm like, who are you taking out of this?
Yeah, that's the whole, situation with the All-Star game is there's only a few spots, and you got so many guys playing at a high level, like you just mentioned, 18 points per game. But you got to consider, let's look at these point guards. Look at the point guards that have made the All-Star game. It's not, It's like, okay, who are you taking out to put this guy in? You can't complain about someone being snubbed. You just can only complain about the size of the rosters. You know what I mean? You had Devin Booker getting left out. You had a lot of shooting guards putting up better numbers. Don't get me wrong. Like I said, Devin Booker is highly disrespected. But
he's in now.
He's in now.
Yeah, he's in now
some
too.
People had to come out, but so it's good for him. He makes it. But you got guys like Sabonis. It's just really like look who's making it in over him. You know what I mean? It's not. It makes it a lot.
I'm not even trying to be disrespectful, but they're talking about John Morant.
Yeah.
Putting John is 17 points per game.
I do think John Morant is an all-star in his league, but I don't think he's a bigger all-star.
But he's on the West.
Who made the roster? Yeah, exactly, and the roster is filled with point guards. So
the West itself is stacked. Good luck with that.
Yeah, you got about
West itself. I'm definitely not taking out any of the starters. I'm not taking out Damian Lillard. I'm not taking Donovan when he's averaging 24 points per game. I'm definitely not taking out Chris Paul, who's already just a beast overall. I'm not taking out Devin Booker. So, I think this year a lot of people were a little bit more sensitive. I don't know why. I think the only one that was disrespected was Devin Booker. I might have put Devin Booker in over Chris Paul. That is one of the switches that I would have made. I would have put Devin Booker in over Chris Paul just because Chris Paul, he's having a great all-around team. But if you weren't paying attention to Chris Paul, you would not know the type of year that he's having because he's having an average year for Chris Paul.
I think Chris Paul's having a great year. He's just doing Chris Paul things. But yeah, when you consider they did put Chris Paul in over Booker, that's where I think a lot of people begin to kind of question that. It's a little sus. Ben Simmons is in. Now, don't get me wrong. I don't have a problem with Ben Simmons at all. He's averaging under 16 points per game, but he's averaging almost eight assists, and he's averaging 8 rebounds. I think we got to put Devin Booker in over Ben Simmons just to start off. You know what I'm saying? And he enters the All-Star roster as a guard/forward. You know what I'm saying? So, in my opinion, I think Booker in the first place should have been over Ben Simmons.
Yeah, but at the end of the day, that's East and West. You know what I mean? That's East and West. So,
yeah, you're right, you're right.
That's still on the East side. And, I mean, Ben Simmons, you're right. I mean, if it was like it used to be when they were, picking teams, hands down, I'm picking Devin Booker over Ben Simmons. Ben Simmons is probably, stat-wise, the worst one on this team.
You know what I'm saying? I saw someone say they should ban conferences when it comes to voting in all-star players, because when you separate it by conference, it does make it harder to get in. If you could just have, if you have it all together, where just a certain amount of players make the All-Star roster, I feel like it'd be a lot better if you took that whole West versus everything else out of it and make it a lot easier for some players like Devin Booker to not get skipped on, because you're kind of forced to put players in the All-Star game when you have it set up this way.
Yeah.
Players who really, he was having great years, but I'm looking at these rosters now and I don't
It's a hierarchy thing now.
It really is.
It's a hierarchy
with the whole like fan vote thing. It kind of makes it like, it makes it a little hype beast based. You know what I'm saying? Like, you're gonna have the team captains every season. You know what I'm saying? It's like, it's predictable. I do like the fact that they have the whole draft thing. I think that brought a new spin to the All-Star game. But I think you got Kevin Durant, the All-Star captain for the East. He's not even gonna be playing. So
nope.
Then you get a guy like Sabonis in and. I don't know what
I think they got to switch it because I think they got to switch it because when Michael and them was playing, and this would made the game more competitive than it was fun. It was more about like being an all-star was like, that wasn't just an extra game. It wasn't like how Pro Bowl is to football. Like this was like you're an all-star. This is like, oh man, this is a competitive game. I mean, that's even how the Pro Bowl used to be. You a 9-time Pro Bowler, or you a beast. Now, bro, it's too easy to get to the All-Star game. All you gotta do is be liked by the fans. That's simply what it is. It's simply what it is. I think they got to change it because I think that's what took out the competitive aspect out of it. You know what I mean? I know everybody would I think it was last year where it went down to the free throw. Embiid was like, yeah, man, this shouldn't be like decided by a free throw. They played to 124 points or something. But I mean, it's got to be, they got to add more to it. Cause I'm like Chris Paul, bro. Chris Paul is an 11-time All-Star. That is big. But I'm like 3 out of the 4 All-Star years that he's been selected, just recently, it's just out of fan. It's just out of popularity. It's a popularity contest at this point.
Right. I think, and to back off that statement, you get LeBron as the team captain. It's LeBron, you know what I'm saying? But that is all fan voting. You know what I'm saying? LeBron right now is not having the best season in the NBA.
No, he's not.
He's not having the best season in the NBA. I feel like Luka right now is having a better. I'm sorry, what?
I said his stats are, but he's not having the best seson right now. His points per game are great. You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Yeah,
his stats are great. Don't get me wrong, but I'm just looking at 3 potential players I feel like could have been an All-Star captain, over LeBron. But it's like every year it's been LeBron. You know what I'm saying? So it's
I mean, this is the best player in the world at this time.
Yeah, but that doesn't. But that's my point. Like you just said, it's a popularity contest. Don't backtrack off that statement now.
No, you're right.
It's a popularity contest, and if you are the All-Star captain, you got the most votes, and that brings me to my next point. That's why I'm saying it's a popularity contest, because I'm looking at 3 players right now who are potentially having a better season than LeBron, and LeBron becomes the team captain. So.
Who you putting at team captain? You take off LeBron.
Who am I putting at team captain?
Yeah, which one?
There's 2 players I'm gonna name off the top right now. One could be Luka, and one could be Nikola Jokic. Nikola Jokic's season is just going under the radar. I mean, he's an all-star, yeah. But it's just not getting enough love, man. It's disappointing to see. He's not at all. And then you got guys like Joel as well. Another center forward guy. He's cooking and is going under the radar.
Yeah, but that's not going under the radar for me. I think he's more out there than Jokic, because Jokic is he's a quiet one. Jokic is kind of like Kawhi to me, to where they're always having great seasons, but they're just real quiet, so you don't really know. Embiid is loud, man. But
the thing about Embiid being loud, let me tell you why Embiid's loud. It's because he's playing on the 76ers, a team with the best record in the East right now.
Yeah, you're right.
That's why it's loud. The Nuggets are struggling. No one's talking about the Nuggets.
The East is smoking that LaMelo pack, and by that I mean everybody that does a somewhat decent game, they give him credit. But on the West, when that happens, it goes quiet. It's just a regular game. But that's what happens when you play on the East, man. We got about 6-7 all-star players over there.
It's pretty sad, but I mean, let's see how the game turns out. The game was great last year. I do think they should take away the conferences in the All-Star game. I think it'd be a lot better. So.
I just want to know why Kyrie's starting over James Harden, but I ain't going to bug over it. You know what I mean? I'm not going to bug over it. James Harden just got to the Nets. Kyrie's having better numbers, but, I guess. But, I mean, talking about this starter team, that's going to bring us to our next topic, the Brooklyn Nets. Golly! The Brooklyn Nets, James Harden. What a good time to leave.
I almost forgot to mention at the beginning of the podcast. We got former Houston Rockets super fan, now Nets super fan, because he follows James Harden. I think he does that for every sport except college football.
I do it for every sport. Tyrann Mathieu and Tom Brady. I do it for every sport, though, except for the college football. Go Bucks. The Ohio State Bucks. All right, that's actually a different story on why I like them. But we're in the podcast. We're in the basketball podcast segment, so we're going to stay on the Brooklyn Nets. But let me tell you this. The Brooklyn Nets are... Y'all was clowning when you first got there, but they're slowly climbing that step. And let me tell you this. They're slowly climbing that step without KD. Talk to me. Huh? Talk to me.
I feel like, talk to you about what?
Talk to me, because at first, when the circle was open, the clowns were saying, I don't know about the Brooklyn Nets, but I'll tell you what.
You're saying clowns like I said they weren't going to build chemistry and be good.
I'm just saying the circus is closed now. The clowns are gone. That's all I'm saying. All I'm saying is the circus is closed. The clowns are gone.
The circus is going to stay open until we see a full Nets team versus a full Lakers team.
That's true because
that clown's going to stay open. I'm still not. Look, I like the Nets, but I'm still not putting too much faith in them at this exact moment. I still feel like they got a lot to prove.
They do, and
they're
KD's got to get back on the court.
They're winning. That's great. They're winning without KD. That's great. But I still want to see a lot more from this Nets team. Still feel like I feel like I'm still not seeing the best that this team could be. They are great. You don't think them at their
best? Do you think they're at their best? They can stop the Lakers with the healthy Lakers.
Here's the thing. I know KD, I know Kyrie, and I know James Harden are going to show up. But who else on this Nets team is going to really show up and show out? You got to think, man. You got the Lakers, LeBron and AD, right? You know they're going to show up regardless. But then you got those players, Schroeder, what's his name, coming off the bench, sixth man of the year. I'm going brain dead. Montrezl Harrell. You got those guys coming off the bench. Kuzma playing good whenever he wants. Caruso can drop 12, 13 on your neck. They've got playmakers on that team that's coming off the bench. They got playmakers who's putting up points besides, LeBron and AD. Besides the fact that LeBron's become more of an all-around guard now instead of just a pure scorer. I feel like he's more like an all-around player more now. So that's also helping. And then you got AD playing at an exceptional level that he's playing at, even though he's injured right now. But that's where I'm at now. I'm saying let's see how when KD, Kyrie, and Harden aren't scoring, I need to see who's putting the ball in the net. I need to see who's going to be doing the scoring. I need to see who's going to be leading this team. Because when you get to the playoffs, you got to win 4 games. I think the Nets can do it, but I think there's some teams in the East that could really take down this Nets team, if I'm being completely honest. I don't think the Nets right now, I like them right now they will be my pick to go to the finals. But I'm telling you right now, I'm looking at.
Yeah.
I see a team that I know can upset these guys. As a matter of fact, there's a couple teams I know that can upset these guys. And yes, one of those is the 76ers. 76ers are a pure defense team. They got some shooters now. That's a scary sight. I really want to see the 76ers team against the Nets in the playoffs because that's going to be a fun one. But right now,
I'll tell y'all to watch out. I'll tell you right here, watch out for Joe Harris, okay? Watch out for Joe Harris on the Brooklyn Nets. That is what I'm going to say.
Okay.
Averaging 50% at the three-point line, all right? And he's averaging 15 points on a team where Kyrie is averaging 27, James Harden averaging 24, and Kevin Durant is averaging 30. That's dangerous to have another person that is 50%. I mean, we'll see what he does under pressure. But all I'm going to say is watch out for Joe Harris. But here's the thing. When it comes to the finals, say that it is a healthy Lakers and a healthy Rockets. As the Lakers, how are you going to stop James Harden, KD, and Kyrie? Who are you putting on who?
I mean, if we're talking about the 76ers, I mean, they got plenty of guys who can play great defense on that team. You got Embiid, he's a great defensive player. You got Ben Simmons, who's an exceptional
No, I'm talking about the
player.
Lakers.
Are you talking about the Lakers?
Talking about the Lakers.
Talking about the Lakers
versus Nets. Who are you putting on who?
Come on, you got LeBron, defensive guru.
But who are you going to put on who?
They can guard whoever. LeBron can guard anyone. It does not matter.
But somebody's got to guard KD.
Anthony Davis.
You think he'll slow him down?
I think he can. This guy finished second in Defensive Player of the Year last year. He's playing defensive. He's playing defensively well this year. What does that mean? How does that alter?
I'm just saying. I mean, it doesn't matter that he plays second in Defensive Player of the Year.
I'm naming his stats. What does this have to? What is that? What did what I just say have to do with KD?
I'm just saying is like there's been times where like Cam Newton got an MVP and then the next year was trash. So I mean, just because you got
so AD's trash is AD trash this year? Or is he still playing exceptional defense?
I'm just saying
is he still putting up great numbers? Is he still an all-star?
I personally, all I'm saying is I would.
Then why are you trying to shoot it down?
I'm not saying that.
Because that's pointless. I'm saying is, everything you're saying right now is pointless.
All I'm saying is I personally will put LeBron on KD.
Okay. You could have just said that.
I'm putting LeBron on KD.
You could have said that. You felt like you had to shoot my. You felt
no,
like you
I
had
did.
to shoot me down.
I did. No, I did.
I'm gonna say one guy I'm questionable about is Spencer Dinwiddie. When he 6 points per game, I feel like he's a good player coming off that bench, man. That's just not going. It's not rolling right now with me. I'm looking at that and I feel like he could be playing way better than he's playing. He definitely needs to get those numbers up, especially come the playoffs. I'm telling you, man. The Nets. Yeah, the Nets are a great team, but do I think they could really beat the Lakers in a series of 4? Do I think they could beat the 76ers in a series of 4 right now?
I mean, I don't know.
I don't know about the Lakers
Nets. Right now. I would take the Nets.
I don't know about the Lakers. I think
unhealthy KD and an unhealthy AD. I'll take the Nets if they can get there to the finals without KD.
Oh yeah. Come on, the Lakers without AD sucks. We know this.
Terrible. And that's going to be
that next topic. They've lost 5 straight. Yeah, come on.
Oh my God.
The Nets, listen, the Nets without KD over the Lakers? Of course. And this brings me to that point. I know who was it when we had like the first ever episode we were talking about.
It was the clown.
Could LeBron lead the Lakers, or could AD lead the Lakers to one more win?
No, it was I think it was LeBron. I think it was
AD because remember someone was like if LeBron got in a car crash or something like that.
Oh, that was for LeBron. It wasn't for AD.
Yeah, it was. Could AD win one more game if they needed to? If there was like a game 7, or if it was like they were down 3-2 and then because it was 3-2 in that series, right? Yeah, and could AD win one more game for the Lakers, or would the Heat come back and win it without LeBron? And I'm telling you right now, yes. My answer is still yes. AD right now is the heart of that team. AD is putting in the most right now for this Lakers team. Tell me I'm wrong.
You're right, but I don't agree with that. I think they need each other. I halfway agree with it.
LeBron's still putting up LeBron numbers and they're still struggling. That's what I'm saying. This Lakers team, they're not doing anything.
You're right, but I'm saying to the comment that AD could lead the Lakers without a LeBron. I think I think this is one of those two-way streets to where they need each other. You know what I mean? It's a cute little moment.
You're right.
They need each other.
I'm gonna agree with that. I'm gonna agree with that.
I don't want
because I don't think without LeBron this Lakers team would be good either. Because we've seen LeBron, AD on a team by himself. So let's be real here. But AD has gotten better since.
And we've seen LeBron on that Lakers team by himself, and he didn't make the playoffs. Remember, first time in like 14 years.
I mean, we see him right now with the current roster struggling still. So it's
all I'm saying is they're lucky. And I'm gonna say this: they're lucky. The Lakers are lucky that they had a good season with AD on the team because they're still number 3, but they have lost 5 games straight. In the last 10 games, they are 5-5, but they're still the number 3 seed because with AD, they're unstoppable. But this is what I was saying. This is what I was saying when everybody talks about the greatest of all time. That's my point. That's my point.
Yep.
This would not be happening. This would not be happening with Jordan, and I hate to bring that up. LeBron is the greatest player of our time at 100%. The stats are immaculate.
This would not be happening with Jordan. What are you talking about?
To me, if one person got hurt, Jordan would still be leading the team. But all I'm saying is, LeBron plays.
When he had to play without Scottie Pippen, don't get me wrong, he turned that team around. But at the beginning of the season, they struggled. Maybe that's where LeBron is right now. We need to see LeBron.
No, that's a good point.
We need to see LeBron get this team on track.
That's a great comparison.
Listen. AD's not out for the whole season.
All I'm saying is LeBron.
AD's gonna be back for the playoffs. This Lakers team ain't missing the playoffs. I'm gonna tell you that.
They're not missing the playoffs. You're 100% correct. They're not missing the playoffs. I think the cutoff is at 6. The cutoff is at 6 though this year. I think it's the top 6 teams. I'm trolling. I'm 100% trolling.
I don't think so. I don't know. I don't remember seeing that. Yeah, I don't know about
Online,
that.
It's showing that they have the cutoff at 6. The dash line is under 6. It doesn't make sense. I'm 100% trolling. But here's what I'm telling you. Here's what I'm saying. Mm-hmm. It would have been different if it was Michael. But all I'm saying is LeBron thrives best around when he has a team around him. He brings people that will help push him because he's a great overall player. That's why he's a great overall player. LeBron cannot finish a series without another player on the team. No. And that's 100% being proven.
If AD cannot play,
does that take away his GOAT status? Not at all. I am not saying that. Because I don't think just to be one of the greats that you have to lead a team all the way by yourself. Because he's still a leader on that team. But he cannot take that team, like you said, he cannot take that team without AD, and AD cannot take that team without LeBron.
Yep. Like you said, like I said at the beginning, I said, look, man, AD's doing more for this team. But yeah, you're 100% right. These dudes need each other in order to win. I don't care how good your bench is, which the Lakers, I'm talking about, possibly have the best bench in the league. They also have great players besides their top 2 players. But without AD, I feel like a lot of that momentum, a lot of that chemistry, it just explodes. You know what I'm saying? And it leaves the Lakers looking for an identity that I think LeBron will find. I feel like LeBron will get this team on track. They just won, yesterday? So watch. We're going to see this Lakers team start playing and looking a whole lot different. I know LeBron's going to get it through. It's LeBron. Come on. As long as they make the playoffs, it don't matter because AD will be back. So ultimately, like I told you off air, look, man, watching the NBA regular season is the most pointless activity you could spend your days doing. Especially watching regular season basketball.
Especially during Corona.
It's pointless. Listen, it's not worth watching basketball really until the finals because the teams there's all these stacked teams. You know what's going to happen in the regular season. Mm-hmm. Let's see the playoffs. Playoffs start, boom, turn my TV on. I'm there.
Let's see.
Tip off. I don't watch regular season basketball. I keep up. I don't watch it as often. I watch it sometimes, keep up on the loop. But it's pointless. You know what's going to happen. Like I said, this Lakers team is going to lose 5 straight. Boo-hoo. Let's see the playoffs when AD's back. This team's going to the finals. I'm guaranteeing you. I'll put my socks on the line that I'm wearing right now. I'll bet my socks. You know what I'm saying? Next day delivery. Hey, I'll bet my socks.
Quick comment before we go, because I'm taking a look at the Western Conference, and all I'm saying is the Dallas and Nuggets. I mean, the season's almost coming to an end. Denver Nuggets and the Dallas Mavericks are battling for that 8th seed, man, and that's That's sad, man, because that's two teams I want to see. In the finals. I'm telling you, them Warriors ain't going down to 8. But them Dallas Mavericks better not lose a game. And Denver better not lose a game.
Let me tell you this right here. I'd rather Dallas not make the playoffs.
I agree.
I like Denver. I think Denver's got a great team.
They have a better chance. Yeah.
Denver has a great team with no coaching. With the roster
Dirty.
the Nuggets have, for you to be 17-15, are you kidding me? Fire this coach. Get him out of here. They should have brought in Billy Donovan from OKC when the OKC parted ways.
Dirty.
Nuggets, get you a new coach, man. Please. Save your team. Save your franchise. Win a title. I'm telling you, this is a top 3 roster in the league. There's no reason they should be 17-15.
But get to the finals, the conference finals.
Mm-hmm. And like I said at the beginning of the season, I still think, like, roster-wise, this team could really actually battle the Lakers in a playoff series. At this point, do I think they'll win? No. But at this point, you got to say, look, it's the coaching. The Nuggets are a great team with terrible coaching.
Yep.
Get them some help.
Like the Rockets.
Owners, please fire this coach. Please
fire this coach, boy.
And then to bring up my statement on the Mavericks, I like the Mavericks, but the Mavericks are going to get to the playoffs and do nothing. They're 7-3 in their last 10. They've been playing good basketball, and the Nuggets have been playing.
No, not they. Him.
Yeah, you're right. That guy from Real Madrid. The Slovenian. Luka.
The one that plays like he's a 26-year-old, but he's like, what, 21?
It's like 22, 23.
Oh, my God.
Signed with Jordan. Come on, man.
Luka, bro.
Come on.
Luka, man.
Could be playing in Atlanta. The Hawks traded him.
Stop it.
I mean, I don't know. I don't know. I wouldn't be mad about that trade, though. Actually, I don't know. Stop it. Because a lot of people say that, but I'm like, look, Trae Young, Luka has GOAT potential, bro. Not really. I don't know. I feel like when you talk about GOATs, you're always going to battle those old heads unless somebody does something that you really got to be like,
somebody's going to say,
that's the GOAT. You know what I'm saying?
I would put Luka, we got to talk about this later, but I would put Luka close to going LeBron status GOAT. I think there should be different type of GOATs. He's got
to win more titles than LeBron, I feel like,
you're right.
In order for him to get over LeBron.
But I'm saying, I think he can catch up with them on stats with the way Luka's playing.
Stats, yeah, easy.
But I'm saying...
Also, you got to consider LeBron came into the league at what? I mean, Luka was, 19 when he got into the league? So he actually may be like 21 right now. 22.
To me, there's different stats. There's different GOAT status, though. I got 3 of them. All right, I got 3 of them. Okay. And some people might clown me for this, and I'm trying not to be disrespectful. Okay. First one, I got Bill Russell, GOAT. You know what I mean? You got your big man GOAT. You got to have a big man GOAT because Shaquille O'Neal would fall under that. You know what I mean? You can't call Shaquille O'Neal the GOAT, but you can call him a big man GOAT. All right? Then you got your Michael Jordan. That's your shooting guard one. All right? There's different types of player. That's an individual player. That's a GOAT status. And then you got your LeBron GOAT. I think... Because you wouldn't put Kobe under that LeBron GOAT status.
No.
You would put him under the Michael Jordan GOAT status. I would put Luka Doncic, Zion Williams under that LeBron GOAT status. Mm-hmm. Let's see about that.
All right. I'll give it to you.
Yeah.
I'll give it to you. But I'm going to take that with a grain of salt. Take that with a grain of salt. Jazz are still number 1, man. We talked about that last week. Jazz are still dominate, bro. They're looking like a threat. Threat.
We'll see when the playoffs comes. And the 76ers are hanging on to a thread. They lose one more game, then the Brooklyn Nets are going up, baby. And let me tell you this. If the Brooklyn Nets win this Eastern Conference during the regular season, they're going to the finals, bro. I'm letting you know. Because who's going to beat me?
Dude,
the Indiana Pacers
is so bad. The East is so bad.
You telling me the Pacers
are crazy
are
when they're the fifth seed. The
New York Knicks
16
are taking
17.
the Nets. Come on, bro. Why are the New York Knicks? Let me stop, man. Let's end the podcast.
The Knicks are in the the Knicks are in the playoffs right now.
Come on, bro. Let's stop.
Oh my goodness, the East is so bad.
Let's stop,
my
man.
goodness.
Let's stop. The Bulls are about to come on, man. Let's stop this podcast, man, because I can't.
My goodness, the East is so bad. The
Charlotte Hornets are about to be on it, bro.
Dude, the Hawks are 14-19 and they're 2 games.
Let me tell you this: the Charlotte Hornets are 1 game. They're 1 game from being in the playoffs. Now that's a team I would like to see over the Pacers and the Bulls. Oh my gosh, let's stop. We're gonna basically do a second podcast if we start talking about this, man. We gotta.
I do want to say one more point. The Heat are 16-17 and they have a 2-game cushion in the playoffs at the 5th seed.
That's a problem. That shows Nets, bro. That
Commissioner,
shows the 76ers
what a good.
Commissioner, bro. You got to move some of them West teams to the East. I don't know how you gonna do it. You need to get New Jersey. You need to get New Jersey a basketball team.
Like
you
I
need
said,
to get South Carolina a basketball team.
Watching the NBA regular season is pointless, and this is literally golden ticket proof right here. But let's wrap it up. The first episode of the Sports Junkies podcast here with JT. Y'all already know.
Let's go.
We talked about the all-star lineups, snubs, guys who got in, the moves, who we'd move around, how we feel about the all-star game. We talked about the new juggernaut, the Brooklyn Nets, and then we talked about the Lakers struggles, the balance between having AD and LeBron, who's better without who, do they complement each other well. But this has been the Sports Junkies podcast here with Kid and with your boy JT.
Let's go.
Got to do that thing. Until next time, guys. We'll see you soon.